Oh, wow.
All
So,
right, everybody, we are live. As you see, I got the vacuum cleaner in the back. I got a whole bunch of stuff. But we clean the house over here tonight. We're gonna help you out. See, this is the theme right here. I would show you. See that? I don't know what kind of vacuum that is over there. That's the one that be on the infomercials. But tonight is the night for you all to clean out the clutter and mentally.
amen.
Also, some things that may be going on in your personal life. That is the thing. So
Oh,
that's why the vacuum is still back there. That was strategic. But anyway, a little bit about myself. Well, before I get to myself, I'm going to pass the torch because actually I have to jump off and do something real quick. So, Adrian, go ahead and tell everybody we are live. Hold on a second. I got the vacuum cleaner. All right, let me get rid of that. Okay, so Adrian,
You threw Adrian in first.
and tell everybody, about yourself and what got you here to DS Domination, where we are right now.
Okay, well, I'm Adrian Jolly. There's a little delay. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're perfect. Go ahead.
Okay. How I found DS Domination is actually through Reginald. We were partners in a different business opportunity, and he kind of, told me, hey, you may want to take a look at this. And at first, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do eBay, or I don't know if I want to do that. So I kind of slept on it. I slept on it for almost 2 months, which I hate that now because, kind of put me a little behind my plan. But I kept seeing all his proof posts on Facebook, and I was like, something's up with this. I need to kind of look at this a little bit deeper. So I went ahead and got started, and then I started seeing my income because I'm just doing the affiliate side a little bit more than eBay side because I was still working full time, and so I was just trying to do something that will allow me to be able to learn how to do the eBay side. So I started seeing my income duplicate and duplicate and double, and so and now I'm here now. So but it has been the most easiest thing to do. It's so easy. I mean, I'm sorry, I got a little choke. But it is so easy to do. It is so simple. It is the easiest thing online. You just copy, paste, and profit. It's really, really that simple.
Okay, awesome. And as you can see, you all, that it's so easy that she's at a loss for words.
I got choked. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna choke. I was trying not to embarrass myself.
Yeah, but literally, it's really one of those companies to where it's actually that. I mean, we hate to say easy, but there's hard to find another word to substitute for that. Besides simple, it's simple, but it's also easy compared to the other things we've done before. And of course, sometimes you do get at a loss for words and what to say to try to describe it because I don't think there's enough words to describe this opportunity that we have our hands on here. So thank you for jumping out and sharing your brief story. Again, we're going to come back to you possibly later on. Now, Miss Deatra Jones.
Oh my goodness.
Why don't you jump out and tell everybody, about yourself a little bit and what brought you here to DS Domination?
Well, my name is Deatra Jones, and I've been in DS Domination since November. And I was in another company with my sponsors, and we were all leaving out the door at the end of the event. They were actually the only people that I connected with there, so we exchanged numbers, and they followed up with me. Well, I mean, here it is 4 months later. I have definitely failed forward into some serious success in DS Domination. After 20-plus years of all types of network marketing companies, I finally found one that does not require recruiting because I'm the mother of 3 boys, teenagers. So I need to be around because I'm not interested in hosting the party house every day. So I need to have supervision. So I'm so glad that I can work from home. This is a very simple cutting and pasting thing. So there's no recruiting, and Lord knows, I don't know how many home parties, driving all around America. I could tell you about all the beautiful bathrooms in the various hotels because I'm just really got tired of that. And so I'm so glad that I can be right at home generating 2,500 or so a month. And of course, I have to definitely speak on the income disclaimer because we don't guarantee anything for anyone, because this all depends on your work ethic and your commitment and dedication to your own success. So I'm just glad that I can come in here. The flexibility of not having to work a 9 to 5, having someone tell you when you can take your 15 days of vacation, and things like that. So the flexibility of being able to be at home, the simple cutting and pasting, I mean, 2 hours a day, come on, really? And this is a $20 decision. So it's not a lot of investment. That was another thing, because if you're struggling income-wise, something that you can start with just a tiny bit of money, the sky is the limit, and it's very unbelievable. However, it is factual. You can come into DS Domination, clean up, and change your life in the simplest way. So that's me.
Awesome. Thank you for jumping out. Can you all hear me okay? Because my mic is like way back there. Am I coming through clear? Okay, cool. All right. Thank you for jumping out and sharing your story. Josh, we're going to come to you here really quick and introduce yourself to the world and what brought you here to DS Domination.
Hello, everybody. My name is Josh Jacobs. I am a 21-year-old college student, and I found DS Domination about 4 months ago. Just got introduced to it from someone from my last business, and you know, I've been selling on eBay for a long time, since I was, I think, 15 years old. So about 6, almost 7 years now. And the minute that I saw this business model, I knew it was going to work, and I knew that the average person could make money with it, because I used to make a lot of money when I was, 15 to 18, just selling on eBay. And the minute I saw it, I knew it was going to be a winner. And I did hesitate for a little bit, just because I was one of those people that said, well, I've already done this before, I'm just going to do it myself. And after about 2 weeks, I said, you know what, whatever, it's $20, I'll make the payment. And I did it, and I made a $105 profit in my first 18 hours, proved that the model worked. Like I said, I've done it in the past, but it was never this exact method. So I proved it worked. I proved it for about another 2 weeks, then started promoting as an affiliate. 4 months later, I just crossed $20,000 in commissions today.
Yeah,
And that is it. So I'm really happy right now. I'm excited. Thank you for having me, and that's the short version of my story.
Awesome. Thank you for jumping out. And we're going to go to Michigan to allow Miss K Ready to tell everybody what brought her here to DS Domination and a little bit about herself. And she's trying to unmute you. Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi. My name is Kay, and like Reginald said, I am from Michigan. I was actually introduced to DS Domination by Reginald. I didn't really take it serious in the beginning. I just joined because it was only $20. I felt like I didn't have anything to lose. So I invested the $20. I kind of sat on it for probably 3 weeks to a month. And from the excitement from my 13-year-old son, kind of taking the initiative to get involved in DS Domination and start posting on eBay and making sales is kind of what really attracted me to it. And from then until now, this has been an amazing, amazing, amazing journey. I'm a real estate agent by, I guess, trade or career. That's what I've been doing for the last, I guess, about 3 years. And when I saw that I could make more money with DS Domination with less the stress and less the hassle, I knew that that was my turning point, and I needed to really get focused, and that's what I've done, and I'm pleased. That's the short of my story.
Okay, awesome, and thank you for jumping out again, and we're probably going to come back to you. Next, we're going to go to Kerry. I don't know if he's at his computer or not. I see his picture up. Kerry, are you there?
Yes, sir. Come on, come on, come on. Y'all know I'm here.
Okay, cool, man. Well, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and what brought you here to DSD.
All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Kerry, Mr. Excitement, out of the Bronx, New York, in the building. Man, let me just tell you guys, I'm flat out super excited. And I'm just like one of you guys that might have been shown this by a friend. And I came into DS Domination on a mercy sign up, I call it. And a mercy sign up is when, you know, a good friend of yours says, "Hey, check out this opportunity with me," and you said, "Nah, I don't really know about that. I'm not really too sure about that. But you know what? Since you're my friend, I'll sign up with you. But I'm probably not going to do nothing." That's how I ended up here. And some of you guys watching this have probably ended up like that on some other program. But let me tell you, just like a couple of people already said, we started out slow because we thought this was your grandma's eBay. This is not your grandmother's eBay. This is not what Mom Dukes used to do back in the day. This right here has totally changed my life since I started to get focused after I started to see Reginald's success, and then I saw other people's success. I said, you know what? I gotta get in this thing. I gotta take this more serious. And once I finally started to do that, and I got my first cha-ching, guys, let me tell you about that first cha-ching. Man, that's like Christmas. That's like Christmas Day. When your phone goes off and you made your first eBay sale, okay, by copying and pasting. That's all you did. You're like, wait a minute. All I did was follow the videos. I copied this thing here. I pasted it there. I copied the words here. I pasted it there. I calculated a price. I went to sleep. I woke up. I went to sleep again. I woke up the next day. For me, it took about 3 weeks. Fast forward 3 weeks. And then I finally got my first cha-ching. Guys, I'm telling you, let me tell you, right now, my wife, you know, she's up there cha-chinging. I'm cha-chinging. I got another business partner, Eric Walker. His whole family signed up. He signed up his son. He signed up his daughter. He just signed up his wife. And everybody's cha-chinging except for his wife because she just signed up. I don't know about you, but most companies that you join, the family runs the other way. You get in, and the family goes left. This is the only program that I've seen where brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin are asking you, can I sign up? Can you please show me how to copy and paste 1995 out the door, follow the videos, cha-ching, and make it happen. So right now, I'm about $1,000 away. Income disclaimer: your results may vary. From making my first 10K ever in any home-based business I've ever been in, and I've been in the industry since 9/1/99. So I am so thankful that I did not blow Reggie off and just sign up and throw $19 away. That I finally turned around and took a serious look at DS Domination. Copy, paste, drop ship, go to sleep, wake up, cha-ching. Y'all know how it go. That's that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Awesome. Thank you for jumping out. And next we are going to go to the Dirty South in Atlanta. Miss Pam Lawhorn, go ahead and jump out and tell the world about yourself and what brought you here to DS Domination.
Well, hey everybody. My name's Pam Lawhorn, and I was introduced to DS Domination by Reginald as well. And we were in another business together. And I think I saw a post, well, I saw a bunch of posts he had, and he kept saying, I'm making money on eBay. I made another $20, made another $50. And I said, what is Reginald up to? So I think I sent him a message. I said, okay, what are you up to? I want in. And I think once he sent me the link, I took a look at it and said, this is something that, you know, really makes sense. I tried to get on eBay before and make money and didn't have any success. The whole drop shipping thing didn't make sense to me. So I said I would take a look at it. Well, like a few people on the panel, I started but didn't really start out. I started selling stuff on eBay but really didn't start telling a lot of people about it. Actually, I think maybe I started, I told maybe about 25, 30 people initially about the business, and then just kind of went on and did something else. And from that, built a really huge business and very profitable business, but we'll get to that later. And but in the background, I was selling stuff on eBay and just kind of silently making money and not really sharing it with people. I kick myself now because I think all of the months that I was sitting there selling stuff and making money and not really sharing it with people, I know I missed out on thousands in commissions, but can only imagine how many people I could have shared the business with. It's, I mean, literally, I don't even want to think about it. Let's change the subject. So, but it's a great business. It's been a great business model because people love the simplicity of it. You can literally just come in without a ton of experience, find something that's selling, copy, paste it, and make a profit. For some people, it's a few days, and for others, it might take a week or two. But I haven't put anyone in, I don't think, maybe 1 or 2 people, but everyone comes in and they make money, so they love this program.
Thank you. Thank you. You all have been short tonight. That is good, and it's kind of bad because I'm trying to get the message out on my other computer right here. Because you all that are watching, whether you're in if you're in this business and you're on our team, you want to make sure that you are sending last-minute emails to your list. You know, make sure you're getting it out to your team, however you need to do it, because we're going to do something special at the end of this that you don't want to miss. It's probably going to be a one-time thing. We're not going to make this a habit of doing because it's kind of crazy, to be honest, but we're doing it anyway. Later on in the webinar, you don't want to miss this. If you're not in the business, you want to hang around to the end because, again, this is an offer that it would be insane to refuse that we're going to offer you at the end of this Hangout. So now, thank you for jumping out, Pam. I'm going to come back to you. Now we're going to go to Rachel. Tell the world about yourself and what brought you here to DS Domination. And you are muted.
Okay, hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you, Reginald, for having me here. Rachel from Toledo, Ohio. I am a mom of 3. My youngest son has been diagnosed with Down syndrome, so I have a special needs child. Let me see, what else can I tell you about myself? I've been in the industry. Well, let me back up, because I used to do eBay a long time ago. I think that's kind of a history for all of us here. You know, we all have seem like tried eBay. For me, I got tired of the packing and going to the post office, and after a while trying to figure out, what am I going to sell next? Going to the Salvation Army, and trying to go different places to find things to sell on eBay. So after a while, I kind of after my son was born, I kind of just stopped doing, eBay. I just kind of let it go. And how I got introduced to DS Domination was through my good friend Keisha. Her and I had been in a couple things before, and I saw her on Facebook, and she looked really serious, really committed. I'm like, Keisha over there making some money. Let me get over here and see what she's doing. And so she sent me a link. Actually, she sent a link from my son, because I think, she knew that I was trying to focus on what I was doing, which was nothing. I was just, basically, doing my book club, but I wasn't making any money from it. And so after she sent the link, I told her, I said, okay, I'll give it to my son. And I gave him the link, and he didn't do anything with it. So about 3 weeks in, I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, but before I cancel it, let me go and look and see what this is about. So I started going through the videos, and to my surprise, I was shocked. I was like, eBay, I can do eBay. I don't have to pack anything or ship it or anything of that nature. So, that's kind of, how I ended up actually getting involved. And from that point, it was just a matter of getting really focused. I did have another business that I was doing, but I wasn't really, I no longer had an interest for it. But I got really focused on DS Domination. That was like the only thing that I was focusing on. And it made a big difference for me, made a big difference. And I will tell you, too, I can't leave this part out. Before I started, I was literally borrowing money to put food on our table. I had to do that like 2 months in a row. I had to go to friends and say, hey, can you let me borrow some money so that I can buy some food to put on the table for the kids? So DS Domination has been a blessing in my life. And, I'll tell anybody who is even thinking about it, for $20, it has totally changed my life. I sit sometimes and I feel like I'm in a dream and I'm going to wake up in a minute. But definitely, it's been an awesome place to be, and being on this team makes it even better. Thanks, Reginald.
All right, thank you for jumping out. And next, we're gonna go up north again, up north to to New York, and let Miss Valerie tell everybody about herself and what brought her here to DS Domination.
Hey everybody, thanks Reginald. I'm Valerie Mason from New York, New York.
New York in the house.
Mr. Excitement, yes. We actually share this city. Single mom, legal secretary. I work DS Domination part-time right now. I have a really busy full-time job. So how I got started was that, you know, I had a job that I'm in that I was never happy with, and I've been looking for something to do for about 20 years. Done many things. I've had things such ridiculousness, such as a psychic hotline. I've sold candles. I've done home parties. I've done a Yahoo store. If anybody who remembers what a Yahoo store is, I've done all sorts of things to try to make money. And the last opportunity I was in before DS Domination, I did really poorly in. I was in for over a year and barely made any money. But while I was in the opportunity, my sponsor in that business told me about DS Domination, and just like so many people on the panel, they didn't take it seriously. I looked at it, 20 bucks, what could happen? But then I really got focused. I started doing the training, and before you knew it, I started making sales on eBay. And then I decided, you know, there's another side of DS Domination, the affiliate part. What if I started sharing this opportunity? And just how everyone's made their story really short, I started promoting the opportunity in November of 2013. And as of last month, I now make more money with DS Domination than I make at my full-time job. So to say that DS Domination works and that is changing lives and that is creating incomes that can sustain you and your family is an understatement.
Oh, I didn't think you was gonna stop right there. I thought you were gonna.
Right.
No, the trip you just came from with the beads and all that.
Oh, that! Oh my goodness, yeah. You know, I'm fresh off a plane from New Orleans. I went to Mardi Gras last week. I've always wanted to go, my sister and I, but we could never afford to go. And we just went and we stayed at a 5-star resort right on Bourbon Street. We flew first class. We did everything. We saw the parades. You know, we had the big beads and we didn't have to flash for them. You know, we went to exclusive jazz clubs and lounges, and we hung out and we saw famous people, and we had the most amazing time. And I'm supposed to leave on Monday from New York, but we had this big snowstorm I was supposed to blow through, so I had to change my plans at the last minute. And if it wasn't for DS Domination, one, I never would have been able to go, and secondly, I never would have been able to get out of here and pay the additional, I don't know, $500 to change my schedule at the last minute. So DS Domination, you know, not just is it only just making me money, but it's creating a new lifestyle. I love to travel. And I've been traveling ever since DS Domination's been making me money. In December, I went to Las Vegas. Again, we stayed at a 5-star hotel. We flew first class. Now I just went to New Orleans in a couple of months. My sister and I, we booked our suite to cruise to Bermuda. My daughter is going to Paris in August, and DS Domination is going to pay for that. So we're really creating a lifestyle that we're enjoying life, as opposed to just, you know, letting it pass us by and just not be a part of it. We're actually enjoying our life. We're making the money, but then we're going out there and we're saying, hey, we're enjoying the fruit of our labor, and we're sharing this with our, you know, with our family. And I'm sharing this with my family in my own way. I don't tell them about the business. I don't run to them. But when we want to spend time together, I can make it happen. And that's what really means a lot to me, is creating these memories that I've never been able to create before. I used to be on welfare with 2 kids under age 5. So I know what it's like to struggle. Now I finally know what it's like to succeed.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And I love when you stop and look at the camera. You like, it's
I'm done.
awesome. All right, so awesome. So next, we're going to bring up Miss Yvonne. Go ahead and tell the world about yourself and what brought you here to DS Domination.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay, perfect. I'm Yvonne Anderson, also known as Yvonne from Colorado, and my story, I got started in the industry 14 years ago, starting my first home-based business, and like Valerie, it was absurd. That's something that I even tried. It was a phone line. It wasn't the hotline, the psychic line, but it was the other one that I actually tried to get started up, and failed miserably at that. You know, a lot of the times you join things and you think it's going to work and it never does. So for the first 7 years, I couldn't make it happen. I had been probably part of every company you can think of. If you name a company right now, I used to be a rep for it, but I just could not figure out how to make it work. It wasn't until about 2006, my twin sister decided, let's start on eBay, and so we actually started drop shipping back then. But back then it was extremely hard, extremely difficult, because you had to have a corporation, had to have licenses, had to go find companies who were willing to drop ship for you. But we were doing really well. We were power sellers, making a killing, making a ton of money, and unfortunately in 2007, that literally was the worst year of my life. And not only did I lose her in a semi-truck accident, I also went through a divorce that same exact year. A horrible divorce, and I really think that if DS Domination was in my life back then, I probably wouldn't be divorced, because the reason for my divorce was that I was being a workaholic, working my full-time job as an auto loan collector, and then coming home and neglecting my spouse to try to figure out how to make this thing work, try to work really hard. So unfortunately, he got tired of me trying to finally do this and decided to leave. So I went through a divorce. That triggered a foreclosure, went through a bankruptcy. Life for me in 2007 was extremely difficult. And so I'm going to fast forward a little bit, because after that I decided to close my store and moved on, going back to more network marketing companies and jumping from program to program, and just, again, still trying to figure this thing out. And so my story is kind of long, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where DS Domination comes into play. But a mentor of mine finally helped me figure it out, finally helped me start making some money. I had a $1,000 day, a $4,000 day, and I was finally getting results. And this was in a gifting program. I'll just put that out there. It was a gifting program, and I was getting some results. But I felt bad because, yes, I was getting results, but most of my team wasn't, and it felt horrible to take someone's last amount of cash knowing that they may not get a gift themselves. And so I was still looking for something that I could offer to my team, and just, you know, struggling the whole way around, still being an auto loan collector. I had been given the toughest portfolio to collect on. It seemed like everybody was mad at the world and cussed me out on a daily basis. So I was miserable, still trying to figure this thing out. And so DS Domination came into my life at an opportune time, because I had finally started getting results in another program that disappeared right from underneath it closed up shop. I was making good money with it, and it disappeared. And it's the way this goes in the industry sometimes. Programs come and go. And so although I was doing really well in that program, it disappeared. So I was tired of trying to help my people make money online. So I was looking for something passive. I was looking at CPA stuff and just different things that I could do that didn't require me to recruit. And then came DS Domination, and I am so grateful for it, because it let me get back to eBay. I loved eBay back then. We were doing so well, and so now here we are again with another chance to be back on eBay. And so when DS Domination came to me, I looked at it, and I was working on another project. So like everybody else on the panel, it took me about another month before I really decided to get going. But when I got going and started listing my items, that's all she wrote. It was time for me to just list my items and get going. So I listed, and here I am. Here I am now part of the 10K club with these wonderful people on the panel, and I'm enjoying every bit of it, and finally being able to share this with everybody else that I know that is struggling. I get the emails and the phone calls every day from people looking for something, and now finally something to share with them where they can just copy and paste and finally make some money, put some food on their table, pay their bills, and hopefully avoid a divorce. So that's my story, and back to you.
Thank you for jumping out and sharing that story, and that's a powerful story. We're going to come back to you a little bit later on during this hangout because we're just getting started. And now I want to bring up Miss Keisha Baz, who finally made it on here. But so go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, what brought you here, and how you loving DS Domination.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for having me on tonight. I've just listened to the stories of everyone tonight, and I was telling people that tonight I wanted to tell the unedited story tonight. So, so I was actually thinking about it as I was listening to everyone else's stories and really, fighting back, the tears of where I am today. Because many of you, you look at where I am now. I've been, on this road to internet marketing success, I guess, since about 2008. I, graduated from college, so I did all the right things. I got a college degree. I went off to have a six-figure career in IT, and unfortunately, they felt like I wasn't needed anymore. And so when they feel like you're not needed anymore, then they just give you, walking papers, right? And so it's interesting, how life goes. So I was, given my walking papers, and so a friend of mine, Miss Pam Lawhorn, who's actually on the Hangout tonight, sent me a link and said, "Hey, Keisha, I want you to check this out." Now, at this time, she had no idea that I was, really battling like, depression and like saying to myself, I don't want to go back to a job. I had literally taken someone that I had taken the offer. So Reginald talks about him taking the offer and going to the warehouse and walking out. Well, I had taken an offer for a job, okay, to go back to something that I really hated. The crazy thing about it, you all, is that the job was about $19 an hour that I would have been, making. And so I said to myself, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that to my family. And then I get a link to join, DS Domination. And honestly, when I got the link, I didn't even have the $1,000 to go all in. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the 1995. And as soon as I saw the value in the 1995, I immediately, started upgrading, which really changed my life, changed my belief system, changed everything about my family. I haven't even made, $13,000 on my job. And so to really be able to plug into a company, a simple system, and make money so, I don't want to say easy. We like to shy away from the word easy, but to make money this easy. But that's what really happens. To see, and many of us have talked about, people that we have brought into companies and they haven't made any money, right? And so, it's been a godsend. Definitely for me. I just got a message before I got on here about a lady who's, she's listening to my motivational calls with Pam Lawhorn in the food stamp line. But she just got a sale on eBay. And so this is what's going to actually change her life. So we're here tonight, to change lives. And I'm just so glad to be a part of this journey. So thanks, Reginald, for having me tonight.
Okay, awesome. And you getting all shook up over there. Y'all need to cut that out.
You guys should see the messages people send me, on a daily basis. They just got started at 1995, and really they're changing their lives. People paying their mortgages, paying their car notes, having people having hope that really didn't have hope anymore. Like I tell people, I'm so serious. I said this was March Madness. I'm so serious about changing lives, but not just, my own life, but, other people's lives. It's possible. We got a system. We have the solution. We have the solution, and it's DS Domination. We are changing the economy, right? People can actually pay bills and stuff. They can go shopping, People can buy things that they would, disposable income has gone up where people can buy things where they would not have been able to. I could go buy me a mattress for my bed, and right, that's disposable income. That stimulates our economy. So DS Domination is actually a part of the, economic recovery plan if you want to, get political or something like that. But I'm just so excited to be here. I'm so, so glad for what it's done for me and others.
All right, thank you for jumping out. And before we really get to the main the main focus of this hangout, I guess I would tell my story. I probably normally would have done that first, but I wanted to give you all the opportunity to jump out and tell your story first. Now, a little bit about me. I've been in this industry since 2005, 2006, and I got started in this industry because basically I was looking for a way out of poverty. The way that we were living and the route that I was going was basically going to have me slaving for other people for the rest of my life, for dead-end jobs, so on and so forth, due to my background as a citizen in the United States or whatever. Because actually going back before that, when I was a teenager, actually I ended up getting in trouble with the law, of course, and I ended up being tried as an adult. And of course, due to that, I have a record that's permanent, and due to that permanent seal on my record, regardless to what I decided to do, even though while being in juvenile and transitioning over to the adult system, I decided to make it up in my mind that that wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted to live anymore, and of course gave my life to Christ, so on and so forth. But when you applying for a job, they don't want to hear about you gave your life to Christ, none of that stuff. They look at that thing that you've done before in the past, and which is understandable in a sense. But because of that, of course, I was limited as far as options and income, which was on me. I totally get that. But when I saw the network marketing industry, I saw it as a vehicle that will allow someone like myself and other people that may have been through, similar circumstances and other situations to where they wouldn't normally be allotted an opportunity to earn the income that you could potentially earn in network marketing, to be able to potentially earn that, than to actually go into corporate America and expect to get that same income, because I wasn't afforded, that type of opportunity after I made that mistake in my life. I was judged based on that for years, and so that network marketing was my only way out of poverty because of that. So I decided, even though after that, went to college, got married and stuff, and I discovered very quickly that, one, I was wasting my time going to college, because if I graduated, who was going to hire me? I'm a convicted felon, so to speak. So who's going to give me a job, number one? And two, even if I did get hired, is it something that I really wanted to do? And no, it wasn't. So I discovered very quickly that, corporate America doing that type of stuff, it wasn't for me. And I was psychologically unemployable at an early age, so I looked for other ways to make money. I thought about real estate, that type of stuff, open up a small business, so on and so forth. And I kind of actually stumbled across network marketing when I was looking for a job in a newspaper. I got tricked into a company local meeting that I'm not going to name, but it's a pretty popular company that you all know about. And from that point, after they show you the check like they always do when you get to the meeting, I got addicted at that point. Started doing more research, seeing stories of people that had similar circumstances, of people who didn't have education, college education, people who were working at McDonald's, and get into this industry and commit to the task at hand, to change their life, set the intention to change their life and go for it, and earn more than doctors, or earn more than people who go to college, that graduate, that can't even get jobs these days. And I was like, hey, this is what I want to be a part of. So fast forward up into that point, I struggled for a couple of years, simply because I was following the wrong people. Some of you all right now that's watching this live, and most of you all that's watching it, that's going to be watching the recording, are following the wrong people. What I mean by that is, I was following someone that didn't really have a vision. All they were doing was joining different companies every single week. Every single week, the flavor of the month. Hey, I'm going to join this, I'm going to join that. And me being new, I didn't know any better. I was just so hungry for success and change that I ignorantly followed this person for probably a year. Okay, I wasted a year of my time following this person, signing up for every new deal that he come out and send in my inbox every single week. And then I discovered very quickly after doing that, hey, this person, told me, hey, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And after a year of no delivery on their promises, what they said they were going to do, I realized very quickly that this person is not someone that I want to model after, because they're not going anywhere, and they're not going anywhere fast. So I separated myself from him, joined another company. Within 4 months of me being in that company, I was able to fire my boss, because I was working at Chick-fil-A at the time, and I was probably making like $12,000 a year. So with that network marketing company, I pretty much almost doubled, was making like $20,000 a year. And so I just focused all my time and energy on that. Went on to win several awards, top recruiter, this and that, customers, all that. That's all good. Did that for about 3 years. Bounced around the industry in between that time, and which lead me up until this point. But here's the thing, before I even get to that, okay? Because tonight I told everybody on here to tell their whole story. So I'm gonna rewind a little bit and tell my whole story, okay? So I actually was released on probation in 2002 or whatever, 2003, okay? And I actually was living my life straightforward. But here's the thing, what ended up happening when I said, I told this before in the Hangout, I actually got scammed on eBay out of $3,000 the first time I tried it, way back in 2005 or something. I don't know when it was. It was a long time ago, before DS Domination was even thought about. So I tried it, and I failed miserably, unsuccessfully. But here's the thing, that you all that are watching this Hangout, that you really shouldn't have any excuse why you say you can't do this, because actually in 2000, I can't remember when it was, somewhere in between that time period. My wife could probably tell you better. But somewhere in between that time period, I actually got into a situation to where it was, I don't know what to explain, but long story short, I got into a situation to where I was on probation or whatever at the time. And if you all that are watching, you know this, if you're on any type of probation, anytime something go wrong, you're the first person that they're going to look at. So based upon my history or whatever, that was the first person they looked at. And we had all this proof or whatever. It wasn't anything serious, anything like that. But it was actually one of these scams that it was a Nigerian. Do anybody know about the Nigeria scam on here? When they send you the check, you cash it or whatever it is. So, all right. So,
run!
Okay. So basically, this is what happened. All right. This is what happened. All right. I didn't know any better. I just learned about computers back then. Okay. So they sent me a check or something talking about, hey, I need you to deposit or did some crap, and I wasn't even thinking at the time about what's logical here. Why would this person send me this money and tell me to cash it, take my percentage, and then I Western Union them the money? I was not thinking about that, and here's why I wasn't thinking about that. Because things were so bad for us financially. Sometimes you get into a situation to where things are so bad financially that you lose common sense. And that's where we were at that time. So long story short, I tried to cash the check or whatever at the bank, and then before you know it, the police is coming and I'm going back downtown. So, the thing is, guys, I had all the proof that I was innocent. I had the chat logs and everything. But because of my record, they were not trying to hear that. And because I violated my probation, I had to, stay in jail, obviously. Okay, and I actually did like 18 months. So that was early on in my marriage. My wife was alone for, a year and some months, 14 months, 16 months. I'm locked up. I missed most of my son growing up when he was little, okay? I missed all that. First steps, all that. Didn't see none of that, and knowing that I didn't do anything wrong this time, but because of my past, they were not trying to hear that. So after I got out, 2006, like I said, I got back into whatever I was doing, whenever it was, and fast forwarding up to this point, I could have easily gave up, because one thing about the system, if you know anything about it, realistically, they don't expect you to do anything productive. They expect you to keep coming in and out or go back to the same habits that you did before previously. But I was determined, not to allow that setback, even though I was innocent, to defer me to going back to that lifestyle that I didn't want to live, that lifestyle that got me into this point anyway, and that lifestyle that I hated. So I knew that because of that, actually, you know, I'm thankful to God that all of that happened, because the life that I was living, you know, I probably would have been dead if I wouldn't have got locked up, to be honest. Secondly, going through that has put me in a place to be a testimonial or a testament to you all that are watching, that regardless to where you come from, whether you are a convicted felon or not, or whether you're broke or not, or whether you have money or not, whether you're educated or not, whether that you can speak eloquently or not, that you can change and that you deserve change, guys. From this point on, I had every excuse and every reason in the world to give up and just settle for the little $7 an hour jobs, the little $9 an hour jobs, whatever I was working. But I was determined to not be a statistic, okay? That person that, hey, gets out, that say they're reformed, but they die broke on welfare and work for somebody else for the rest of their life. Fast forwarding up to this point, like I was saying, got into the industry, had okay success for the most part, made money. Actually, almost just said forget the industry last year because I got tired of my team not making money. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do things that don't involve me recruiting. I'm going to do CPA marketing like Yvonne said, or I'm going to do something else, build niche blogs or something, so that my team, so I don't have to worry about recruiting, because I got tired of leading people to a place to where they were not being productive. And I stumbled across DS Domination. A friend called me telling me he was selling on eBay. And I was like, okay, what is it that you're doing, man? And he told me, signed up. I made $1,100 my first week. Didn't even know what I was doing, guys. $1,100 in profit my first week. And from there, I started sharing it with everybody, because this is something that you don't have to have any special skill set to make money, all right? This is something that if you don't want to recruit, that you can just sell on eBay or Amazon and guess what? Make money. This is also something that if you don't want to recruit, that you can still earn a 5-figure monthly income, which we have somebody on here, Yvonne, that is doing that. 5-figure monthly income and profit. We're not talking about sales, okay, total sales. We're talking about profits, take home money that you can make if you don't want to recruit. This is a business that is diverse in a way to where, hey, if this month I want to focus on recruiting and do exceptionally well, that's fine. Or hey, if I want to take a month off from team building, or if my entire downline quit, guess what? You don't control my paycheck, because I can go and list items on eBay or list items on Amazon and still create a full-time income. So DS Domination has truly changed our lives. We've been in this 6 months. When I say we, I'm talking about me and my wife. We are a team, and we have earned well over $100,000 in 6 months. We're doing about $35,000 to $40,000 a month consistently for the past 4 months. And several years ago, you know, I would have never thought this was possible, but it was a process that I had to go through to get me to this point. Even now, actually yesterday, I went to the car dealership because I'm trying to buy a car, okay? And I told these people how much money I make, and they was like, "Are you for real?" I'm like, you know, it's crazy. Like, "Are you for real? You do that? Do you got bank?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know, what's the problem? They was like, "Are you serious? I'm gonna send this to the finance company. Are you serious?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm paying cash for the car. You ain't got to do none of that. Are you for, you know?" So,
buddy, bling,
so
bling, baby, bling, bling.
So it's unbelievable, you know, the expressions that you get when you go into places like that, and people don't actually believe that it's possible. But I don't have any college degree at all. You know, I went to college, I dropped out. Not telling you to drop out, but I realized I was wasting time and money on a $30,000 degree that I wasn't going to use very quickly. So I'm not anyone special. You know, I'm a person that, you know, in the corporate America spectrum that wouldn't even get a job that paid $30,000 a year because of my record. Even though that happened, you know, 13 years ago, however many years ago it was, 13 years ago, people will still, if I was to go out there and get a job right now and fill out a stupid application, sorry, I'm not I'm getting kind of heated about these jobs. But if I was to go out there and fill out an application, they're still going to limit my pay and put me at some little stupid assembly line job that would probably be the most I make, $10, $13 an hour or something. That, I'm always limited based on my past, whatever it is that I've done, my past mistake. But now, with DS Domination, or with network marketing as a whole, but with this company here, especially here tonight, you have an opportunity, regardless of your history, regardless of your track record, regardless of what you've done. If you make a decision tonight to get started by clicking on that green button, you can do it while I'm talking. A window is going to pop up. You have an opportunity to change your life forever. You have an opportunity to write your own paycheck tonight, starting tonight. You don't have to allow and settle for less and allow someone else to dictate how much money you make. Would you rather live life on limit or with limitation, or life with no limits? Some people get scared when you talk about, commission-based, whatever it is, because they are so used to having a guaranteed check. But I don't like having a guaranteed check in a sense, to where, hey, I'm going to make $8 an hour regardless of what I do. I'd rather get paid based on the results, because the reality is this. Some of you all are slaving right now at your job, and some of you all may be on salary. And it doesn't really matter how long you work as a salary manager. They're still going to pay you whatever that salary is. But with this, if you work harder, if you do more, you earn more. So which way makes the most sense? So now that I'm off my rant, all right, I'm going to allow you all to jump out and say whatever you want to say. Freestyling now.
Freestyle. Hey, Reginald, if I could just jump out, I just want to say that my husband works extremely hard, right? I mean, he works extremely hard, and today was really almost like an epiphany for him, because he had gotten a message from his employer and was saying about the hours that he's working, and and how they wanted to do some different things with his hours and stuff. And it was almost like today I almost got upset, and I was really like, this is what a job does to you, right? Because he was almost hurt. I could almost see hurt, in his face, because he works really hard, and he's a very dedicated, person. And I was like, I said, babe, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, I don't like the fact that an employer can tell me how many hours I can work, and tell me when to show up. I can give all my time and be this awesome employee, and then they'll turn right around and then say, you know what, I don't need you anymore, right? I don't need you anymore. And I love DS Domination. And why I'm mentioning that is because of DS Domination, honestly, you all, my husband can make a decision whether he wants to go or not. And that's freedom. See, that's freedom. Freedom is not, money, it's freedom that I can say to him, you know what, if you don't want to go, tell them to kiss your rump, right? And then we'll make all the money we want, right, inside of DS Domination. We'll list items on eBay, we'll recruit affiliates, whatever. We'll write our own paychecks. And that's the freedom that DS Domination has allowed the Bass family to have.
I want to add on to that too. Can you hear me?
Yes,
yep.
Go ahead.
A lot of the times you think about it, and we're so into this employee mindset that we think that we absolutely have to have a job. And for me, I mean, the part of my story that I love is that I did finally hook up with a mentor who showed me how to generate traffic and finally start getting results, and that I was able to walk away from my collections job too. So getting the emails and the phone calls that you get, it's just so refreshing to be able to offer something to someone that you really can get away from that job that you hate. If you hate your job, I mean, it's like Keisha said, that it really is, you're at their discretion. They can decide to fire you tomorrow if they didn't like something that you did, or just lay you off. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, a lot of people don't have a plan B when it comes to, what am I going to do if I lose my job? You may be happy at your job right now, but what if you're on a job that you absolutely hate, or maybe you even love it, like Keisha's husband, maybe you even love it, except for the fact that you don't like some of the policies that they have in place. Now you don't, there are no policies when you're doing your own business. Part of DS Domination, the cool thing is that, yes, I don't even have to worry about bringing other people in. I can list on eBay all day long, but I just feel for the people who are struggling, who hate their jobs, who are stuck in this this whole employee base, that I can now offer them something to help them get free. I talked to a lady today who wants to leave her job. She wants to spend more time with her son, you know, and so to be able to offer DS Domination to people so that they don't have to traffic generation has been a true blessing. So I mean, I'm all over. I'm no longer employable. So that's what's awesome about this thing.
All right. Go ahead, Kerry.
Yeah, I gotta say, you know, guys, we're not bashing jobs by no means. Some of you guys love what you do. Okay, I sit in the cubicle of, you know, the prison cubicle, you know, for 8 hours a day. But you're not even thinking. I'm in New York. We just had some crazy storms come through the East Coast. Okay, and there was one day that my they give us a bad weather hotline to call in, and I looked outside the window, and I don't know where the owner of the company, what window he's looking out, but when I'm looking out here, I'm saying the company needs to close. I called the bad weather hotline, and the bad weather hotline says, we're open, we're just going to delay it for an hour. I said, what? What window is he looking out? I got to drive in this torrential storm to the job, you know, because, we're like slaves to the paycheck. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be the model employee, but I'm going to take my time. You know, I got in my car, started driving to work real slow because it was blizzard outside, and I get a phone call halfway there. Oh, the company closed. Turn back around. I'm like, you know what? That's when the straw, you know, breaks the camel's back. DS Domination, and you guys might be looking at it, might be saying, well, you guys are not as fancy as the other companies. The other companies fly you in on Lear jets and stretch limos. This is not that type of deal right here, guys. This is homegrown, average people. We're helping average people and above average people, any kind of people, especially like the lady that has, you know, no arms and one leg, you know, succeed for the first time ever. Do not take this DS Domination thing lightly. You guys probably haven't heard, Yvonne Anderson talk about going to the ATM and pulling out, profits from PayPal daily. When I heard that story, I said, you know what? All my bills are taken care of because of DS Domination. Any credit card bills is being taken care of with DS Domination. Back taxes that I owe is being taken care of with DS Domination. I already paid off my student loan. Some of you guys are still paying off student loans, and you graduated like 15 years ago. Guys, this right here is real. It's not the fancy, pretty, what do you call it? Mardi Gras type, shiny type of business opportunity that you're used to people flashing in front of you. But this is homegrown real. Take that 1995 seriously, because I just saw a female, income disclaimer, your results may vary, make a $250 profit, and she's only at the 1995 level. This is real deal right here. This will change your life.
Reginald, can I jump out? I just wanted to say, I was sitting over here listening to your story because I honestly didn't even know a lot of that. And first of all, thank you for sharing that with us, because I don't know for everyone else listening. I can only speak for me, but that's deep. I mean, it's deep on a level that I don't know if people understand, because one of the things I think we hear a lot in this industry is people who give like excuses of why they can't. And I share my story a lot with people, but people, they see the end product, they see what I've turned out to be. They don't see what happened before. And so like when I'm hearing your story, it's literally giving me chills, because I'm going, look at what this young man has turned out to be. And I say young man, I realize because when you and I first met and we were talking, I was like, you're only a couple years older than my son. I feel so old, but I just feel I know we're friends, but I just feel so very proud of you at this moment. Just everything. I like your mom, and I know I'm not, but just so proud of you because you've come so far and you've done so much, and you've touched my life in so many ways and so many other people's lives, and I just want to tell you thank you, and I'm so sorry for everything that you've done for so many people. You really have no clue how many lives you've really changed. I mean, this has been just such an amazing journey, and I'm so glad to be here with all of you guys. It's not just the money, people. It's the family that we've created. It's the ability to be able to change lives like we're doing. It's to be able to get on the phone yesterday and talk with a young lady who was telling me she was behind in her mortgage for 2 months and that this business helped her catch up her mortgage payments. So it's not all about, everyone making 30, 40 grand. Sometimes it's the small things. Being able to catch up a mortgage payment is huge. I mean, the next month she's going to be out of her house. So, I mean, she's a single mom. So it's the small things, folks. And I just wanted to step out and say that to you, Reginald, because we talk all the time, and even though we know each other, it's so, there's so much that we don't know about each other, and I applaud you, not just for everything that you do, but you're just like such a selfless person. I mean, you just give and give and give and give, and sometimes we're like pulling you back, like, that's too much. And you just give so much of yourself, and I had no clue about some of that stuff. And I mean, I love you as my brother, and I just think you're just a wonderful, amazing man. And I mean, I just can't say enough. I'm like beaming over here. I'm just like so proud to hear that story and see where you're at. And it just all makes sense now. And that's why I'm glad that I'm in this space right now with this, not team, because we're not a team. We're actually a family. I say we're a family, because we love each other, we support each other's endeavors, and I've never been anyplace else where I've had the ability to come in and work with women who, every time I do something, they're like cheering me on, there's no fighting, there's no, we're all, congratulating each other and high-fiving each other, and everything is just like, it's wonderful. The guys are very supportive behind the scenes, everything is just like the perfect business, and on top of that, everyone's making money, so it's just like, I tell people, I said, it's hard to really explain the synergy and the energy that's going on within not just DS Domination, but within our family, the unit. It's just the craziest thing. So, I mean, for anyone who's thinking about joining this business, I say yes, do it. I mean, it would be if you get off this Hangout and do not join, it would be one of the worst decisions you've ever made. I joined in October and didn't take it really seriously until about December. And I think in the end of November I had made like maybe $1,500, $2,000. And when I started taking it serious from the middle of December up until last month, end of February, I made $15,000 for the end of February. I need tissue so y'all don't have to see the ugly cry. But so $15,000. And it wasn't just because of me. It was because of some of the wonderful women here on this panel who are on my team. It's because of all the support I have from my sponsor, Reginald. And I mean, you guys have no clue just how we're not. I don't want to use the word easy, but okay, easy. It's been easy because we have so much. He gives so much, and we have such a great team, and it's so supportive. And the program itself is just ridiculously easy. I'm sorry, I said easy 3 times, but it is. And I mean, it's not anything difficult that anyone can't do. And I say easy because I don't want people to get discouraged. It's a small investment, and I just say try, because you have everything that you need within our group. So I'm gonna get off here now because I need to go like clear my face up a little bit. But thank you so much again, Reginald, for everything that you do. And everyone on this panel, I just love you guys to death. And I'm just so happy to be part of this family and be part of this team, and that we have the ability not just to make money, but to change people's lives in so many different ways. I mean, we're blessed with an opportunity to help so many people. I mean, the emails that I get and that Keisha and I get from our team, I mean, they really are life-changing, and it touches us in so many different ways, and it's just to see how this is all playing out. I would have never imagined in my wildest dreams that God would position me the way that he has. I mean, I just wanted to stop struggling and you know, be in a position where I could pay my bills. I never had any clue that it would turn out like this. So I'm sorry, guys. Bye.
Hey, Original, can I come out for a minute?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Awesome. Pam, a beautiful story, and I must agree with you. Reginald has been a blessing in my life as well. And I'm not going to cry, I promise. I'm going to try not to anyway. You know, Reginald, when you ask us to tell our story, like, tell our story, and after I heard your story, I'm like, wow, you know, we really didn't tell our story like you had wanted us to do. So I just, you know, again, you know, when I think back to, you know, just kind of piggyback a little bit on what you had desired for us to do, you know, I want to say to those that are listening in that anybody can do this business, you know, and something that I didn't tell, and I don't share often, maybe on my, you know, on my Hangout I'll share every now and then, but, you know, I came from foster care. I was actually a foster child. I came from an alcoholic home, so as a result, I had a lot of personal development issues. You know, there was a lot of things that I didn't believe in myself. I was picked on. I was teased. I mean, low self-esteem. It was horrible. And I came out on the internet because I had a dream. I had a dream that one day I was going to open up a wellness center, and I didn't want the government to tell me how to share with people how they can be healed, how they can, you know, from being broken, because I had gone through like 6 years of depression after my son was born. My mother had died a year before, and my son was born. And that was my goal. My goal was to come out here and make all this money, and I was going to go back and start my wellness center. But like I spent 6 years online just struggling, you know, for like 2 or 3 years. I made absolutely no money, and a lot of it had to do with personal development. But the good thing about DS Domination, you don't need personal development. You can just come in here and just start making money. You know, it's been a blessing to my family. My son is 19 years old. You know, he's had a job, but you know, every job that he goes to, he's like, I can't go there, especially when I can make money at DS Domination. And you know, and then I think back to how, you know, for a long time, you know, I kept trying to get him to get out and get a job. Well, you know, because he has some stuttering issues, this is a comfortable place for him, and so it's a wonderful feeling and experience to be able to provide something for him to be able to generate an income while he gets through that process. So definitely DS Domination is a place to come, and you know, and I'm like Pam, I feel like this is my family. You know, I feel very honored to be a part of this group, part of this family. I'm not even gonna say group, I'm gonna say family. And I thank God. I thank for Pam, Keisha, Reginald, you know, you leading the way, because all I'm doing is following. As you lead, I see you doing something, I'm doing it, and you know, and that's what I recommend anybody else. You know, take those who are having success and do what they're doing. Just duplicate it. Don't try to go out and create your own thing. I used to try to do that. Nope. If I see you doing it, I'm doing. So if you see my same copy out there, I copied you, because I'm gonna make this happen one way or the other. And the last thing I want to say is that because of DS Domination now, I feel like my dream is going to happen. I feel like my wellness center is going to take place. That's something that I almost gave up. I was getting ready to go back and get a job, and I didn't want to, you know, but that's where I was headed. So, you know, I'm very, very grateful for DS Domination and the Unit of Prosperity. I hope I did a better job of telling my story, Reginald.
Yes.
Reg didn't say go super deep. Okay. go on, Miss K.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna say that this business, DS Domination, this is real. These are real stories, real people. And just sitting here listening to the stories and listening to Keisha talking about with her husband, it makes me think like with my husband, and they cut the hours on his job. And I can remember a time that was not very long ago that if he had to take off work or they cut his hours, I would have an attitude. I would be upset because I knew that that's the way that we paid our bills and that's the way that we ate. And now to just be in a place that if he comes home early, I don't have to get mad because that's money that we're missing. Because of DS Domination, I'm able to pick up the slack. Just thinking of being in the real estate industry is basically you make good money, but you work for your money. And when I say work, I mean you work. I have literally been gone like all day. I've spent months and months showing houses, going through the whole gamut, putting in offers, and don't even make it to the closing table. I can remember just not even being able to pay our bills, not even knowing where we were going to go. And just here recently, the other day, I mean, I have 4 children. My daughter will be 18 in April. And to be able to just the other day to buy 6 plane tickets and book our hotel in a 3-bedroom condo to take her to Myrtle Beach on her birthday for 4 days and not even have to worry because of DS Domination, because I had the money. Just the emails that I get from my team, people who have never ever made a dime in this industry is now making money, who's having sales every single day. That makes me feel good because I can remember a time bringing my team from business to business and them not making any money, and for them to trust me just one more time to be able to find something to where that they can make money is just so rewarding. And like Pam have said, Reginald, you are a godsend. You just do not understand. And listening to your story, it just really kind of sent chills through my body because it reminds me of my son and just how you have overcome everything. We've all been through something. Yes, we can make excuses and we cannot do it, but where is that going to put us? I've lost not one home, we've lost 2 homes. We have not lost 1 car, we've lost 4 cars. I have been in a where I made 6 figures a year, to going down to not making anything, to having a mortgage of $1,500, and we were only because my husband got hurt on his job, to not even knowing where we were going to stay. I was in a place that I made up in my mind that me, my husband, and 4 children were going to stay in a motel if that's what I had to do. So I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to have and to have not, and to be in a place right now to where you finally feel like you are making a difference in other people's lives, not just but in your family, that you can honestly look at your family. I know what it's like to go to Volunteers of America because I couldn't buy my kids anything for Christmas. And that's a hurting feeling when you are a mother and you cannot give for your children, even though my children seem to understand. But how do you think that make me feel when my kids had to go to school after Christmas vacation and everybody is talking about what they getting and they really don't have anything to talk about? To now be able to do the things that I have always wanted to do for my family, and not only my family, to be able to be in a place to help other people do the same thing for their family is just simply amazing. And like some of the people have said on this call, on this Hangout, that it feels like a dream. It just feels like something that is just not real, because sometimes we struggle for so long that it just don't even seem possible, but we still have that little bit of ray of hope. And I am saying to anybody on this Hangout, you got to do it. You have to do it. If not for yourself, for somebody else. It is, I mean, you can't just not get into DS Domination. You have to spend the money. You have to make the decision. If you don't change, nothing is going to change. Yeah, I could have made excuses. I could have sat back and did nothing, but I decided not to do that. knew that there was more out of life that I wanted. There was more out of life that I wanted to be able to provide for my family. And when it came to a point a couple months ago when I looked at my income from DS Domination, and I realized that I had made more money in DS Domination than I would have made, probably would have took me 60 to 90 days, being away from home all day, probably being bothered with some people that I didn't really even want to be bothered with, probably showing 60 houses, because I have clients who take you through the ringer. They want to see every house and then don't even make any money. To be able to just sit at my computer, list some stuff, share this opportunity with some people, and make the exact same amount of money that I would have made if I would have sold a $120,000 house and I didn't have to leave my house. Do you think I care about spending $20 a month? Do you think I care about getting in? Do you think I absolutely care about spending the money to better my life if that's what I had to do? I am so glad that my son had made up in his mind that he wanted to look at this opportunity, because I don't even know if I would have really taken it serious when I did. But I am just so grateful. And Reginald, I mean, just like Pam said, I look at you like a brother. I am just so overwhelmed right now. And every time I think about it, I just cannot help but start crying, because people just don't understand where I've been, what I've been through, and to finally be able to look in my family. When I hit that submit button on that computer to pay for all 6 of those tickets out of money that I knew that I had earned from this business, and to been able to pay for everything and not have to worry, do you know how that made me feel? That made me feel good that finally I don't have to take money from out of our household that we need for our bills. I'm telling you, this business is real. We are real people getting real results, helping other people do the same thing. We couldn't possibly make up these stories. You just can't. If you are on the fence, you need to get in this business, and you need to get in it today, because that 1995 literally changed my life, and I am forever grateful.
Wow. I don't even know what else to say after that, but I really appreciate all of you all, and honestly, you all really inspire me to inspire more, to really see, people from similar circumstances or different circumstances, to see how this opportunity has changed you all's life and what it's doing in other people's lives that may not be on the panel. It definitely inspires me to inspire more. So I really appreciate you all, because you all inspire me, not only in a way to inspire more, but other areas in life as well. And I appreciate everything that you all have done for me, my family, and how you all have contributed in other areas, and really been a blessing and encouraged me, especially when I need it. Because sometimes people don't really realize, as a leader or a person that you may view as a leader, and someone that you may think that's untouchable because they make a lot of money. I mean, we're scary human beings, and we do go through different things, and sometimes, we have to encourage one another, and that's what this group of people here, we do with one another. We lift each other up as a team collectively, and as a leadership core here on this panel. So if, like Kay said, if you're on the fence, you shouldn't be at all. There's no reason why you cannot have more, because you do deserve more. You have people that have been through car repossessions. I've been through a couple myself. Had a car repossessed on the job. That was the most embarrassing thing in my life, to try to explain to my coworkers that my car got repossessed and why I got repossessed, or them coming to the house and repossessing the car and having to make up a reason my wife didn't even know it was going to happen. So I had to explain to her why that happened, or being on food stamps, or we joke about this, but living in a 1-bedroom apartment that was bug infested, waking up with roaches and friends on your face, that's not a comfortable life. And some of you all may be in that position right now. And again, we jokingly talk about that, but this is real life here. We're not dogging jobs, like Carrie said, because honestly, you have to do what you got to do or have to do until you can do better. If you're in a situation right now to where you don't like your job, or you know you like your job, but you know if you keep going down that same path that you're not going to be in a situation to where you have a lot of retirement when it's time to retirement, or you're just looking for a solid plan B. We are presenting to you tonight a solution to whatever it is that you may be dealing with. You know, so it's up to you right now at this point to take action. To take action, there's a lot of different things and opportunities out there. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of us have been involved in just about everything. Hey, you know, who do you know that drinks coffee, or who do you know that want to drink alkaline water, or whatever it is, or, you know, this pill that makes you do this supplement to do that. This is a completely different ball game. You are positioning yourself in the area, in a niche that people understand, which is e-commerce, which, if I would have to break it down a little bit more, is basically online shopping, all right? Online shopping. Customers are looking for what you have to offer, so there's no hard selling as in, hey, you need to buy this stapler, because they were looking to buy it anyway, all right? Or this neat desk that's behind me, or this microphone is over there. They're looking to do that anyway. And the cool thing about this is, regardless to what happens, if anything happens to this company 5 years from now, you are learning skill sets that, regardless to what happens to DS Domination, that you can still go out there and make money, you know, if the company goes away. Not saying that it is, but you want to position yourself in the area, in a niche, to where you can learn skill sets that will basically pay you for the rest of your life. And that's what you're doing here on both sides, you know, on the e-commerce side and the affiliate side, because we have some cool stuff that we're going to talk about here later. So before we really get into those bonuses, is there anything else that anyone wants to jump out and share tonight before we jump into that?
Yeah. I just want to say real quick, you know, my story is not quite like all of yours, but you know, I just want to share real quick what DS Domination has done for me, just, you know, as a 21-year-old college student, what it's allowed me to do. And, you know, I joined the company about 4 months ago, and in a matter of 4 months, I think in the last 30 days, my income has been $9,200 in the last 30 days, and total, I just hit $20,000 today. And, you know, it's been absolutely unbelievable. And like Kay was saying, it sometimes just feels like it isn't even real. It feels like a dream, because, you know, you know, if you're anything like probably any of us, you've, you know, hoped for it and wished for it. And I started when I was 18, so yeah, I'm only 21. I'm about to be 22, but I've still had 4 years of experience in the industry, and I have hoped and I've, you know, wished and I've tried to make things happen, but I never really had, you know, the success I was looking for. I made a few $100 a month, and, you know, I mean, it wasn't all a waste of time, but in the end of things, it kind of was a waste of time, because I was working, you know, the amount of hours I was putting in, it came out to like $2 an hour. Now, you know, we basically work smarter, not harder, and, you know, I mean, the lifestyle that I have at 21 years old from this business is something that I only hoped for when I was, you know, older and already been working for a while, and maybe saved up to do some type of investments that would pay me, who knows, whatever it is. The fact that I'm 21 years old and have been able to make this is just incredible, and goes to show that you can do this no matter, you know, like Reginald was saying, where you came from, how old you are, what your background is, what your skill set is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you have. All you need to know is that you can do this. And sorry if I'm stuttering. I'm working on about 2 hours of sleep right now, so I'm exhausted. But you know, I just wanted to share that real quick and say thank you to all of you guys. Thank you to Reggie, obviously. I really appreciate everything you do for us, and that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Adrian?
I'm just overwhelmed at the stories. I'm over here in tears. I'm usually the quiet one, but guys, if you're even thinking about this, it's such a powerful thing, because I think Keisha said it last week. This is such a lifeline to people who are in need, and it's going to build a skill set that you're going to be able to take, you know, with you, whether this business floats or sinks. Not to say that it's going to sink, but that's the thing. It's a skill set. It's an asset. I mean, for $20, you are acquiring an asset. I'm about to cry, but it's just that powerful. What you're looking at, what we all have in our hands, and what you're looking at is so powerful that $20, guys, really. Go sell something if you're in need. If if it's something that you need to do to be able to make yourself be able to afford this. It's $20. Sell something. Sell some videos. Pawn something. Do whatever you can. Do whatever you need to do to put this asset in your hands. It's just powerful. Only thing I have to say is click the link. Find out about it. Go ahead and try it. Try it for a month. See if it's for you. Just click the link. If you're in need and you need a lifeline, this is it. That's all I have to say.
I wanted to jump out. This is Yvonne. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, you're on a Hangout right now with people who are making 10 grand a month or have earned at least 10 grand, in DS Domination. And so what's awesome about this is that we are all here to help you, regardless of who put you on this this Hangout with us. They care about you, and I can't. Thanks, Pam, for getting us all choked up because I had to go grab some tissue myself. But the stories are real, and we are all just regular people who have a story. Everybody has a story. There's I think we're at 7,000 members on the Unit of Prosperity right now. Every single one of us have a story. So if you want your story to change, if you want a new testimony, if you want a new lifestyle, we're talking $20 to get started towards that, because all of us have changed our lives. I just got back from celebrating my 40th birthday and taking my family to Vegas, and this has just been an amazing thing for us, just being part of just even this unit. We are a family. We all care about each other, and so you are an opportune time to join us, to change your story, to make 2014 the best year ever for yourself. So I just wanted to jump out and say that. Thank you again, Reginald, all the wonderful people on this panel, and just being a part of this unit has been life-changing just for me, even to grow as a person. So yes, we're learning different techniques. At some point, you may want to come on one of these panels and share your story with us. And so that's all I can say. Just think about your story, and do you want it to change? If you need a better story for yourself and you want a better life going forward, you got it in your hands here, guys. This is an absolutely amazing opportunity, and I look forward to seeing whoever else is going to join us on these Hangouts and these types of panels. That's all I have to say. Thanks, Reginald.
Thank you, Yvonne. Deidre.
I wanted to say, one thing that we haven't talked about is that the biggest thing I see, having been 20 years in network marketing, is that people are always trying to put some name on you all the time. And, I've been called a hustler and all kinds of stuff, but you know what? One thing I've never done is to sit around and cry broke and don't do anything about it. And it's so funny, because when you begin to do what you know you need to do for you, you're always going to face opposition, but that's okay, because when you have faith and you know who you are, you put your trust in God and move forward, and God will send, just like all of us that are on this panel, we are here to support one another. And I love it because we're not all dressed in suits, and we're not talking about what degrees we have, because in the unit of prosperity, that's what this is. It's the unit of prosperity. We are here to make sure that everyone in here is successful. It doesn't matter your level of education. None of us are better than each other. We're here to help each other, and don't let what other people say to you determine what type of action you take. For 1995, how can you go wrong? Why would you listen to other people? Because you know what? The best feeling ever, as Kay was saying too, it is the best feeling in the world, raising these 3 boys on one income for the last 12 years, to be able to put my household utilities on my PayPal debit card, because they're paid from the profit that I make from eBay. It's not coming out of my pocket. So what does it matter? You can call me hustler, whatever you want to call it. It's legitimate income that I'm making from my house in my pajamas. I'm here when my sons get home. There aren't too many jobs these days that care about your family and really want you to have, a real family and close-knit environment to grow your family in. So now I have it in my house, and I have it in the unit of prosperity, because we all feel like we've known each other for the longest time. So this is a place where everybody belongs. So I love the unit of prosperity. Reginald, you are absolutely the best, the most selfless person ever, ever, ever with your young self. And it's just a wonderful thing to have someone who just wants to give and share. People think that there are no more people left like that, but let me tell you, in the unit of prosperity, there are plenty of us, over 6,500 of us that are here waiting for you. So come on in, find your place.
All right, thank you, Deidre, for jumping out in your kind words. And before we really go to the next segment, I'm going to bring Valerie back up because I love to hear her talk. So go ahead and unmute and say something.
So what you trying to say, Reg? What you trying to say? How come there no brothers on the wall, Sal?
You know, one thing that I was really taking from listening to everyone's stories is that we all have a story. We all have a story of pain. We all have a story of struggle, and that's fine. But so many people really need to hear your story. You have to start somewhere. And there's nothing wrong with struggling. There's nothing wrong with being on welfare, you know, and having your car repossessed. It happens. That's life. But the problem is when you let that paralyze you, you are stuck in fear, and you cannot prosper if you are fearful. It just doesn't work. And you have to step out and make a change. Fear is going to crush you. It's going to keep you struggling. It's going to keep you broke. It is never going to stop until you make a decision. And that decision is to get started with us. You've seen our stories. You've seen our Hangout. We offer so much to everyone here. It truly is like a family. There's so much that Reginald has done to create this atmosphere for us, and there's a reason why we are thriving. It's because we look after each other. You cannot continue to sit in fear and expect your life to change. Everyone in this panel has stepped out on faith, whether they had the money or didn't have the money. They found it. They made it happen. But if you're going to be afraid, this is not going to work for you, okay? It's not. You have to be willing to get out there, get to work, and see for yourself. You can't look to the left. You can't look to the right. You've got to look forward. And you definitely have got to stop looking backwards at fear. So I really just want you to see that your story matters. It matters to us. We love these Hangouts because we love having the stories. We have Hangouts on Mondays. There's always a fresh face. And we want to hear your story next. We want to see where you came from and where you'll end. This is just the beginning for a lot of us here. I'm a newbie marketer. This is completely new to me. But I had to step out on faith and let go of that fear. And you're not going to let go of that fear holding on to a $20 bill. It's not going to happen for you. So if you see for yourself, you see this team, you see our hearts, you see we cry, okay? This is how we feel. We're honest. We believe in this business. We believe in our team. We're always there to help each other. But we don't have time for the fear. And if that's where you're going to come from, you're not going to win. And we want winners here. We want to help people here. But it's up to you to take the next step and click on that link. Don't look about more information. Click join. It's time to make a decision and join. There's no time to keep looking at Hangouts. There's no time to keep asking questions. It's simply time to get started and change your life. Stop with the fear. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to keep you exactly where you are, with just struggling and crying and worrying. And before you know it, you're at your grave. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. The struggle is not real. It doesn't have to continue. But it's totally up to you to step away from the fear.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you. And that's why I brought you up. I just knew you were going to say that because that's what I was going to say. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we're going to get to the major announcement part, like we were talking about all night and all that stuff. So thank you, everybody, for sharing their story. And I'm assuming you can see my screen because my camera just went off. Can you all see this? Okay, I'm assuming that you can. Let me see. Thumbs up. Can y'all see my screen? Okay, cool. All right, so basically, like we've been saying all night, that it's only $19.95 to get started. And going back to my first business, a couple businesses early on in my journey, guys, I'm telling you, I had to pawn stuff to get started. So there's really no excuse, of course. I mean, but I had to pawn stuff to get into the business. Some of y'all have the money and just reluctant to do it because you have deserved issues, and you think that, hey, I can't visually see myself earning $10,000 a month, and that's fine right now at the moment. But just know that you deserve to be a $10,000 a month earner. You deserve more out of life, and I don't understand or why you would think any less. And it could be other things that happen personally in your life, but especially if you are a person of faith, you go to church or whatever it is, note that you serve a God. Your God is rich. So why in the world would he want you to be broke? And once that really set in mentally within me, regardless to what other people had to say about rich people or how they feel about rich people, my mindset is focused on all that God wants and desire for me, because I know that he wants the best for us, okay, as a whole, as a people. But us, sometimes as people, we choose to settle for whatever reason, and we get comfortable with the government and stuff like that taking care of us. But guys, it's so much better on the other side of the equation, I'm telling you, and we would never go back to that. All right, so with that being said, it's two things I'm going to show you. To get started, you're going to click on that button below this, and then you're going to click this button here. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because I'm going to show you some bonuses here in a second. But you want to make sure the person, whoever invited you, name is here. Of course, this is my page, so my name is here, all right? But you want to make sure their name is showing up here. If you don't see that person's name, send them an inbox, call them, whatever you need to do, and say, hey, I'm trying to sign up. I want you to get credit, but I don't see your name on the page, so that you get credit, so we can get that squared away and they get credit, all right? And, of course, the obvious, you fill out all the information here on this page, and you want to make sure you do this test, prove you are a human test, and press start, and it's going to give you a little test. All right, the next thing you're going to get with our team is you get a marketing system, and I'm going to log in. I never really do this on Hangouts, but I'm going to do it today, and I'm just going to show you this because I've been a part of companies, I've been a part of programs and I've been on people's team that there's nickel and dime you for things that should be free. Now, this shouldn't be free technically, it really shouldn't, but because of past experiences and because we as a team collectively don't want to keep nickel and diming you for this system here, this system that, we want to eliminate any possible excuse that you will have as far as you moving forward and building your business. So we give you a free marketing system, all right? And this system is valued at least $100 a month, and that's just on the low end. But really, it's probably valued at $200, $300 a month because we're constantly adding new things to it. As you see here, you have a Google Hangout, and this is not the major announcement, so make sure you stay on to the end because I promise you, you're not going to want to miss this. But anyway, you have the Google Hangout, which we're on, the SMS voice broadcasting. We have the blogging system that some companies charge for that. You have a video poster. You have 23 pages right now, 23 capture pages that you can use to build your business, and we're constantly adding new pages each and every month. You have tracking in here, everything you need, a full-fledged marketing system that you can use to build your business. You can attach your third-party autoresponder to it, AWeber, GetResponse, or GVO. We're probably going to add more services as demand comes. You have banners here as well. We're constantly adding new tools, okay, which is included in your little $20 membership, all right, that will get you access to all of this. On top of that, and actually, again, some of the leaders have told me, hey, man, you're just giving away too much stuff for free, which I probably am, and we probably will change this in the future. But right now, right now, this is why you need to get started right now, because you also get access to our training center. We are talking about making this only available to people who are at the elite level, which is an additional $100 on top of the $20, because this information here is worth thousands of dollars, but because we care about you so much, we want you to succeed, we are offering it to you for 20 measly dollars that you will invest in yourself and your business to get started. And again, we might make it only available at the elite level for other reasons I'm not going to disclose on this prospect hangout. But as you see here, you have online marketing training, co-op. You know, you don't even have to know how to market. We pool our money together and we drive traffic to your website, so on and so forth. If you don't know how to do that, you can take a portion of your profits and invest in the co-op, and we advertise for you. You don't even have to know how to market. But we do also have online marketing strategies here, which I'm going to breeze through them here really quick and show you this. You got SEO, Facebook, Google Hangout, intro, Craigslist, outsourcing. Okay, let me go back here. You have Google Hangout replays. Let me click on that, and we got other live trainings that we've done that we're going to add in here. We're also going to have all-in section, which you'll understand what that is later on. We have a bonus section, so on and so forth, and it's a lot of content that's not even loaded on here yet because we've been working on other things. But you're talking about thousands of dollars worth of content here. If I click on everything, you'll see all these videos here. But thousands of dollars worth of things that you get for a measly $20, which I we should be charging for this, which we probably will bump it up to the elite level because we have people that are trying to be slick and not, you know, whatever. But anyway, enough of that. Now we're going to talk about the bonus here tonight, okay? It's $20 to get started. You can go ahead and click that link, that join link over here to go ahead and fill it out while I'm talking, all right? But for you all that want to scale it up and take things a little bit higher, let me go ahead and pull this up here really quick, all right? Don't get it twisted. It's only $20, so don't feel pressure to do this. However, I am going to offer those people who really want to scale things up, who are really serious about their business, who are ready to invest more into themselves tonight, whether you are in the business or not, because this is for existing people as well who are in the business, an opportunity to participate in something that's powerful and life-changing, because we share with you the stories of where we come from and how we got to where we are now. But these bonuses, we're actually going to show you exactly how we did it. So here's the bonus. Here's the offer, and this is for existing members and new members. So if you're already in DS Domination, this applies to you. And if you are not in and you're just getting started now, this applies to you. And this offer ends tomorrow, 24 hours at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So after that, you're not going to be able to get into this. And trust me, we are not kidding around with this. There is a cutoff, and we have to cut it off because we don't want too many people in on this, okay? So it's up to you to take action tonight. And if your people are not on this, you may want to tell them to watch the replay, because we're not going to be offering stuff like this all the time. So if you upgrade to Elite and Unleashed, all right, and if you don't know what that is, you'll know what it is once you sign up for the $20 membership. Not the $20 membership, the $20 product, okay? Once you sign up for that, it's going to talk to you about the Elite, and then once you do Elite, it's going to talk to you about Unleashed. I'm not going to get into the specifics of what it is, but basically, in a nutshell, each product shows you how to make more money drop shipping in a nutshell. All right, Elite shows you how to make bigger profits. Unleashed shows you how to make bigger profits. If you upgrade within the next 24 hours, here's what you're going to get. You're going to be able to participate in our 6 weeks to 6 figures boot camp. All right, this boot camp starts April 3rd. Okay, it starts April 3rd. Hold on a second, guys. My wife is texting me. All right. So this offer starts. The boot camp starts April 3rd, and it's going to go for 6 weeks. Each and every week, we're going to have different topics, such as Bankable You Branding Mastery, which we're going to be talking about branding yourself, because in this industry, it's all about building your brand, having influence, so on and so forth. We're going to cover that there. Then the next phase, social media marketing for dummies. We're going to have Keisha bring that forth. Pam is doing the branding mastery. Keisha is doing the social media marketing for dummies. All right, and if you know, all of these courses or topics that we're covering is going to be done by experts in this particular area. These are people who have built their business to 5 figures, okay, or several $1,000s a month using each one of these strategies. All right. Then you have YouTube marketing power, which is going to be done by someone who is a beast in YouTube marketing, who signs up hundreds of people monthly using YouTube. Then you have outsourcing 101. Talk about if you don't have a lot of time. Maybe you're a busy mom that, you know, have kids running around everywhere or whatever, and you have a limited schedule to work your business. Maybe you work long hours or whatever it is. You can actually outsource a lot of tasks and still have the same production or even more production than someone that's home full time. We're going to be talking about that in outsourcing 101. Then you have the 6-figure drop shipping formula. We have someone that is on this panel here tonight that earns 5 figures a month in profits drop shipping. We're going to be talking about that. And then you have the leadership and influence mastery. We're going to get more into becoming a leader, developing other leader in influence in this industry, which ultimately is going to get you to the promised land. So that is a $1,997 value, guys. And all you have to do is upgrade to Elite and Unleash, which if you're already in business, it's like, what, $350. And you're getting a $2,000 course, which, you know, that's just being nice. This course is actually worth more than that. And if you got to do it tonight, within 24 hours, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, make it happen. Actually, I went all in on faith when I first got in. I actually put money on a credit card and overdrew the credit card over my limit to buy all the products because I saw the value in what was offered, and it wasn't anything close to what I'm sharing with you tonight. So no excuses, make it happen. But for those who want to take it a little higher, okay, that bootcamp course is where we could have ended it at because, again, 6 weeks of power from the team and the company's top producers in their respective area and expertise is enough, and even more of a reason why you should take action tonight, because you are who you hang around. And if you want to learn how to create the income and the success that we've created in this company, then you want to make sure that you are, I guess, pulling our coattail in a sense, or plugging into everything that we're doing while we share with you exactly what we've done to create the results that we created. So I'm ready to sign up, and I'm actually a part of this. So you want to do it, guys. But here's the thing. If you upgrade to all the products, which means that you buy all the products that we have to offer beyond the $20 and beyond the $20 level, okay? Don't get me wrong. If you just don't, absolutely, for whatever reason, don't have nothing but $20, at least get started and work your way up. However, for those that want to go be above and beyond that tonight and get all the products within 24 hours, find the money to get all the products, and this is limited to the first 100 people, and I'm going to share with you why it's limited to the first 100 people. Of course, you get the training and all that stuff, but you're going to get the boot camp that I just talked about that a minute ago, which I'm not going to go over that stuff again, but that's powerful. You're also going to get a personal branding package. Normally, I will limit this to people I personally sponsor, but it doesn't really matter where you are in my organization. If you are on the 10th level, 20th level, if you go all in, you buy all the products, you're going to get a personal branding package, which Pam is going to be talking about branding, which this helps brand you. Obviously, you're going to get a custom lead capture page that people are paying for. We're going to offer it to you free tonight if you go all in. $397 value, all right? And this is actually one of our council members, Jay Scott, and his wife here. And you see that page is very sexy, very fly, $397 value. Here's another branding page here from Josh, who was on this panel. All right, very nice page. Puts you on the map, makes you look like a professional. We're going to give you that. Also, you get a sandwich page or a sales page or an intro page. It's going to be similar to this. Any design that you want, you tell us what you want, we will put it together. But we're only limiting this to the first 100 people. So if you go all in and you miss the 100 mark, no worries. You still get access to all the other stuff, but the branding package in itself, we can't do more than 100 because it would take forever for us to do that. So you're going to get that page. And you're also, here's the cool thing, because what we're talking about, the branding and all that, that is going to help you recruit more people into your business. But also, we're going to show you how to make more money without recruiting using the Monopoly product, which is the flagship product, which is where the bigger profits is, which is the gold mine. This is the Kraken, what I call it, Monopoly. All right, you buy all the products, which means that you own Pro membership, Elite membership, Unleashed, Market Stream, and Monopoly, which is 5 products. It's going to cost you less than $1,100 to get all these products. You're going to be able to participate in the Monopoly webinar, which will take place May 15th after the 6 weeks to 6 figures bootcamp is done, the following Thursday. And as you see here, guys, Amazon sales coming in on autopilot like this. I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to do this without touching any product, how I was able to earn 5 figures a month on Amazon without touching any product. You see that $6,000 deposit right there. You look at here, guys, we're not blowing smoke up you. And again, income disclaimer, I cannot guarantee any income whatsoever. I am not guaranteeing any income whatsoever. Your results may vary. I'm just showing you an example of what's possible if you go to work, and showing you real examples of what happened through me putting in hard work, because we talked about a lot of stuff and some of you all still may be in disbelief tonight. So I'm just showing you proof that what we've said is real. I remember there was times where I only made $10,000 in a year. But now, if you look at this GoDaddy bookkeeping thing, we're making $10,000 a week in profit. That is awesome. Look at this Amazon screenshot here, okay? $3,000 balance, stuff on ship, 5 figures in sale, 5 figures a month, so on and so forth. You look at my bank account statement on here. A few months ago, I didn't have no money. I was actually negative. Now we got all type of deposits coming in on a weekly basis, 5 figures in the bank account. Anything is possible with this. So we're also going to give you 100 free UPC codes, which is something that you need for Monopoly. I'm not going to get into all the details, but some of you all already know this already in. But you're going to need this to be able to list your items on Amazon, and these things cost $7 a piece. But we're going to give them to you for free, and it's only limited to the first 100 people who take action. So let's recap what you're getting here tonight. You're going to get access to the UOP team marketing system, which is valued at $97 a month. You're going to get access to our team training website, which is valued at roughly $5,000, okay, to get access to that. Access to the boot camp, which is another $2,000 value. You're going to get the branding package, which is a $400 value. You're going to get 100 free UPC codes, which is a $700 value. Everything is valued at $9,200, almost $10,000. All you have to spend is $1,000. We done lost our cotton picking mind, but we're doing this because we want you to stretch yourself and position yourself in a way to where you can get your business off to a fast start. So for you people who take advantage of this offer, and I meant to put this on here, for the people who go all in, here's what I need you to do. I need you to actually email me, us, unit of prosperity at gmail.com. All right, let me pull this up, okay? Let me make sure you can see that. So you need to email screenshots of your back office. You can take a screenshot with Jing or Paint or whatever, that you purchase all the products today, not last week or whatever. Today, you need to provide proof, a screenshot, receipts, or whatever it is, bank statements, whatever it is. This is for new people only, not existing people. This offer here for the branding package and 100 UPC codes. All right, so send all that to unitofprosperity@gmail.com. Again, the branding package, the free UPC codes are for those people who go all in tonight within 24 hours who have not previously done so. However, if you are already all in and you want to participate in the boot camp, then you will be able to do that. But these additional bonuses are for new people only. send your receipt, proof of purchase, and a screenshot of your back office. The first 100 people that do this will get access to this for the all-in people. But again, it's still only a $20 decision if you don't want to take advantage of that, which I don't understand why you wouldn't. But it's only $20. But if you want to scale it up and take things a little bit further, then we're going to offer these bonuses to you. So that being said, we are going to wrap this Hangout up. And again, well, before I wrap it up, I'm just going to let one person, whoever the first one to unmute, okay, to say, what do you think about these bonuses? Because these people on here didn't even know what we were going to offer. They only knew about a portion of it. So what do you think, Pam? Because you're the first one.
You have lost your freaking mind. But it goes back to what I said earlier. You're just such a giver, because we looked at some of this stuff earlier, and I'm sitting over here going, that's not what we discussed.
I'm trying to figure out how I can go all in again. Like,
yeah, but Keisha and I are back there going, what happened here? This is like amazing, and it's such a great opportunity for so many people to get in and position yourself in this business. I mean, I don't know if people missed the part where some of us, we've only been in this business for 4 or 5 months, and we've created these incomes in such a short amount of time, and we didn't even have all of that stuff. I mean, so that's the crazy part. I mean, like Valerie, which she didn't brag on herself, I'll brag on her. Valerie like made more money last month than she did at her job. I mean, this girl created a $7,000 a month income from out of thin air. I mean, so that, I mean, all that stuff is just like bananas. I'm just looking at it going, I want to come all in again, but I can't, so I'm just going to like watch everybody else do it. But it's a great offer.
All right. Well, thank you very much. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this up because my family is actually outside being patient, trying to come in the house, but I'm on here talking to you all. I love you all, but it's family time. Take advantage of the offer. You got 24 hours to take action, and we'll see you all Sunday or whenever it is we do something else. The person to get back with you with all the information. You all have a blessed night. We'll see you soon. Take care. God bless.